Hi there. This is Greg, the Masked Gaymer, coming to you on Tuesday, August 6th, with what I'm coining Too Many Bones Tuesday. This is because I got my trove chest a few weeks ago, and it's time for me to dive in and really do some Too Many Bones gaming sessions. I still haven't played any of Unbreakable, and today we're going to start. If you're new to my channel, this is a COVID cautious space devoted to board gaming. You do not have to be COVID cautious to be here, but in the interest of visibility, I will continue to point out that yes, I do wear an N95 mask in all social situations. However, today I am filming by myself, so the mask does not need to be on. But if I had a friend here, you best believe we'd both be masking it on up. Anywho, so we're going to start diving into Unbreakable today. And we are going to use the character of Gale. Born in the Break, Gale was raised by Mirawat after the harsh conditions of her surroundings left her orphaned. Gravely injured in an attack on Mirawat's compound, Gale's life was saved by wind-based cybernetic augments cooked up by her mentor. Now, I read her little character guide before bed last night, so hopefully I kind of know what I'm doing. Keeping in mind, I'm generally terrible at this game, even though I love it. So we are going to play this on Unbreakable mode or easy mode, and I will likely still lose horribly, and it is what it is. For anybody who doesn't know what Too Many Bones is, there will be a, oh, let me pop this little guy up here. There will be a tyrant that we are trying to beat. We have to get 5 progress points. Let me hold this up, actually. We need to get 5 progress points in 7 days in order to face Rok Rol, the tyrant, for this scenario. In order to do that, we progress through this encounter deck, which I have here, which is a certain number of events. And if we successfully complete an event, we get progress. If not, we fail. There's also some loot cards over there. Now, the thing that makes Too Many Bones fun is each character has a very unique set of abilities, which they can then put these dice in, and then they use these dice, these different powers in combat, and they each have a whole set of instructions as to like what all of those dice do. So unlike other games where you have a set of cards, in this you have a set of dice, which means each character has so many different builds, so many different strategies that can be done. And then you play out the encounters or fights on this set of, on this little playing board here. And I'm realizing now that I'm supposed to have some lava tokens to play Unbreakable. And I'm trying to remember where in the trove chest these lava tokens are stored, and I'm guessing it's in one of the things that I left on the shelf. So let's dig that out as I suck at life. I'm betting it's in this little cube thing here. Yes, so in this little cube thing here, we have some symbol. I don't know what it is. We have a bigger day counter, which is what I'll use. I was wondering where I put that, but there it was. And yes, we have these lava chips. And so these lava chips are going to be in every single spot of the board for every encounter on the rock side. And then at some point, whoops, that's not a rock. Nope, that is still rock. And then at some point during the encounter, those can get flipped over to the lava side, which will start doing damage to our hapless gearlocks. Now, what I have not done is I have not combined in all of the content from the base game and the Undertow game. I'm using only the Unbreakable components and Unbreakable characters and Unbreakable set pieces while I go through all of these bosses for the first time. So, on Adventurer mode, we start with 2 extra hit points for Gale. So Gale's going to have a total of 6 hit points. Now, I personally have no idea how anybody plays this game without the additional hit points. But then, of course, I'm playing true solo, and people probably play with more than one character. The thing that I like now is playing true solo. I can really fit everything that you need to see on the little overhead camera. And if I was playing with 2 players, you wouldn't be able to see it as much. But I have played this game two-handed solo, and it does tend to go much better for me. But for this video series, we're going to play with just one. Also, I get 1 training point before day 1. Cool. So the beginner build strategy for Gale says that you should bump up your dexterity and attack to gain a little more movement and lethality. And then after that, it depends on your role. You can either go for defense and hit points, or you can go for dexterity for support or offense. It says to work to build out one of the lines with a major skill die as soon as possible, and then pick up the others. But don't sleep on sidestep, as it provides a giant boost to survivability. So I guess it's telling me to use sidestep. But I feel like the first thing to do is going to be to use the attack stuff first, isn't it? Because I'm going to be playing solo, so I'm going to use the attack stuff first. So we're just going to go ahead, and for that 1 die, we're going to use this thing called Sonic Squall, which goes into this. Oh, we're going to still keep the camera as it is. Now Sonic Squall is going to go on this little thing here, and it lets me do additional damage to the bad guys up to 1, 2, or 3, so it's better than a normal attack die. Now, Gale's inner mechanic allows her to unlock these 3 inner dice by doing something special. In order to do that, she must have 1 die in that profession, which she does here, and then she must use the mechanical protocol backup plan, which takes 3 of her backup in order to activate it. Now, also, if I can get her to 6, I can upgrade her innate ability, which will allow her to place this major skill die when she unlocks it in this locked spot instead of one of her active spots, and then it will exist for the entirety of the rest of the adventure. And the arm cannon there will allow her to change all of her adjacent skills to have any range, and I would be able to pick a side of it that I can place a status die on the baddie that matches that side every time I use another attack protocol skill. So I feel like that's going to really be my major focus, is going to be first unlock that die, then unlock my innate, and move on from there. And we'll talk about the rest of her abilities as we go forth. Also, because we're playing on adventurer mode, if I am knocked out during the adventure, the die in my lock slot can remain for as long as I want it to be there. So that becomes kind of a permanent bonus for me. Anywho, so today we are going to be fighting against the tyrant Rok Rol, which I guess is tyrants. I suppose there's 2 of them. Since childhood, the troll siblings of Rok and Roll, and here's a little picture of them, the troll siblings of Rok and Roll shared a passion for banging heads in the pursuit of power. The death of the troll ruler Nam offered a vacuum atop the troll hierarchy, and Rok and Roll teamed up, using their brawling prowess to take control of the underworld tribes. As the siblings' reign has continued, however, their jealousy has reared its ugly head, an ugliness only rivaled by the heads on the trolls' own bodies. Now, technically, I should be able to read all of the things about how that final encounter is going to work before starting the game, but since I'm probably going to lose anyway, yeah, I'm going to lose anyway, we're just going to wing it, and we're going to start off with day number 1, and we're going to take the first card, which is going to be a day number 1 card called Subterranean Home Chip Blues. I get to do a lot of reading today, and I like doing readings. Anyway, okay. Mirawatt's compound isn't as cozy as the Tipsy Troll. I say I like to do it, and then you throw all this alliteration at me, Chip Theory. You throw all this alliteration at me. Okay, starting over. Mirawatt's compound isn't as cozy as the Tipsy Troll Tavern back in Obendar, not by a long shot, but it's still a lot better than all the things waiting out there for tender young adventurers in the break. Still, duty calls, so it's time to gather supplies and head out into the inky blackness of the world beneath Daelor. Or maybe there's still a little time before the departure is necessary. Maybe a journey of this magnitude could use an extra bit of battle planning, or just one more trip to the armory, or maybe just one more sip of goblin moonshine for the road. The Tipsy Troll is really sounding good just about now. So I have 2 options here. What is this symbol mean? There's a little symbol, and it has like a little red thing on it, and I'm I'm assuming that just means it's part of this expansion, maybe? Dun, 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 dun. I did read all of the extra rules that I was told to read beforehand. I swear I did. These are both peaceful outcomes. Ah, this is just reminding me that it takes place on lava in case I mixed a whole bunch of campaigns together. That makes sense to me. And then there's another symbol on here. I don't know what that other symbol is. Okay, so we're going to read these two options. So one, I could be tangled up in loot. Better weapons will lead more blood on the tracks. And if I do that, I'll get a trove loot card. I can also use like rolling a bone. It's time to bring the pain to these baddies and ask, how does it feel? I can flip the entire 1-point baddie active stack so they're all face up. And whenever I scout, I can cycle a 1-point baddie to the bottom of the stack. Now, that's probably the smarter choice for me with how useless I am at this game. However, I'm going to take the trove loot, and that's because in the previous game, I don't think the Automaton of Shale bombing out that I did with Riffle a few weeks ago, I did not get any trove loot. So I'm going to choose the top action and just get a trove loot. So we're going to get a trove loot from that. And in order to unlock this trove loot, I have to get all of these symbols. I have to get a 3 lever, a 3 trap, and a 3 force. So we're going to get to talk about how unlocking loot goes in this playthrough. There's a progress point at the bottom of the card, and we're going to put that under the boss after we're done resolving the card. And then this little symbol here means that I get a training point. So I'm going to get 1 more training point for my adventure. Now, what I think I'm going to be doing with that training point is taking the advice of the game and leveling up my dexterity and attack. So my attack is 2, my defense is 1, and I have this 1 die here, which is a total of 4 dice, and I only have 3 dexterity. So I think the first thing that I should be doing is leveling up that dexterity. However, it is harder to level up attack dice than dexterity dice, so it might make sense to do that first. And I'm going to realize that I took out all of the reference sheets that I needed except for the Garg. And the Garg is also very important. So you're going to get to watch me shake my little tuchus while I go back here and get the Garg out of the box as well as everything else. Smart Greg would have left all of this stuff at the table. Tech savvy Greg would have been like, I'm going to edit this stuff out. Lo-fi reality Greg's just like, this is what we're doing. Okay, so in order to train attack, I roll my current attack dice. So it is going to be a little hard for me to upgrade attack. So let's just do that while we can, and then if we fail for some reason, then we will do dexterity instead. So let's first see what I get here. So I've rolled 2 attack dice. There is no miss, and therefore I get to level up my attack to 3, which seems excessive, but maybe isn't, because I can just stand there and keep rolling 3 attack dice, which will be nice. Okay, so I have completed that first encounter. I have put the progress under the Tyrant token. And now we're going to move on to the recovery phase. So during the recovery phase, I can either trade loot within my party, which I'm not going to do because I've got a party of 1, or I can search for better loot by discarding a loot. Failure on me. I have individual options in addition to the gear locking attempt, but I'm going to do the lock picking attempt first. Now, I haven't done lock picking in this game in a while, so this should be pretty interesting. So I'm going to roll these 3 lock-picking dice. Oh, and there's 1 intuition die, right? Okay, so we're going to take those dice and we're going to roll them. Oh, let's switch our view here because we're getting really into game mode now. So let's see what I've got. I've got a 2L, a 1L, a 1L, and a give an action die +1 and do not exhaust it if used on this lock. So that's pretty easy. I'm going to use that save to use 2L, change it to 3L, and we're going to slide that trove chest on up because we've unlocked the first lock. So I solved the first one. I don't have to lock it, so I'm going to do a re-roll for the next action. And I don't have to lock that one because I used the save +1. So that worked out pretty well. So now I need 3 trip. If I can keep doing this, it's going to be very nice. So this symbol lets me re-roll 1 action die and also the re-roll die. Now, the one that's the best at traps is the one that has 1 trap on it. The other ones, this one is a 1 in 6 chance. I think we're going to re-roll the 1 trap die, but I don't think we're going to get anywhere with this, to be honest. This lets me save +1. That is not going to get me. That is not going to get me anywhere. So I'm going to have to try harder the next day to unlock the next thing. So now I can rest and recover, which there's no point for. I can discard 1 loot and try to find a new loot card, which I'm trying to unlock that trove chest, so that's not going to happen. So instead, we are going to scout, and I rolled a 1, which is going to let me see the top baddie in the deck. The top baddie in the deck is a blind bat. Thank goodness my focusing is working again today. So this has some new keywords that I have never seen before, so we are going to look them up. Smokescreen and molten bat. Molten bath. Molten bath is this unit will heal for 2 hit points at the start of its turn if its position is lava, and it will heal for 2 hit points each time it lands on lava. Now, I'm not so concerned about that. Smokescreen, while occupying lava, it cannot be targeted, but can be damaged by non-targeting skills and other effects. It's a melee thing, so I'm going to have to run around the board a little bit. We're just going to leave that. We're going to leave that one there and go for it. So that is the end of day 1. We are going to turn the day counter boom, to day 2, and we are going to start the next round of the game. And we are going to draw the next encounter, which is we're going to switch back during story time. On the ropes, day 2. Mirawatt's compound sits on a relative plateau in the break. A steep drop-off into its depths looms nearby. The residents of the compound have managed to rig up a series of ropes for ascending and descending, but a nasty welcoming party currently waits below. A horde of enemies ready to pick off anything they see shimmying on down. Still, there is adventuring to be done and progress must be made. The only question is how to approach these tether trackers. So I have 2 options. The first is slow descent, sword at the ready, in which case I will get an extra loot for completing this. It will be baddie points, subtract 1 point. So it will be 1 point because we're on day 2 times 1 character is 2 minus 1 is 1. Baddies will enter the battle mat on the Gearlock range starting position matching their lane marker. Gearlocks enter the battle mat on the baddie ranged starting positions. So it's reversed. Encounter success is achieved if all baddies are defeated, or if all non-knocked out Gearlocks start around occupying Gearlock range starting positions and don't move for them for the entire round. The other option is to swing down and kick them in the teeth, in which case I would get 2 baddie points and all baddies will have an attack stat of 1. I think it is a no-brainer based on the fact that I am playing this on easy with 1 character that I will be doing baddie points, subtract 1 point for this mission. So we are going to set up the board now. And we're going to do this in the right order, which I have completely forgotten because I haven't played this game for a long enough amount of time. So I'm trying to remember if I get to put my people down first or if they put their people down first is mainly the thing that I'm doing here. So we're gonna skim on through this. Look, battle mat place, battle setup. There we go. Okay. So the first thing, so we're going to draw 1 baddie and stack them. So this is our baddie stack, 1 baddie. Now we are going to, we built the battle queue. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Okay. Battle setup sequence, trigger effects and skills. Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. Trigger effects and skills that happen before battle, which are none. Use the encounter card instructions to build your queue, which we did. Place the top baddie in the appropriate lane on the battle mat with its hit points, lane marker, and initiative die. there's something about darkness, but I didn't see the word darkness on here. So, so we're going to take this. It's got 3 health. So we're going to take 3 health tokens, and we're going to put this on slot 1, which is the blue slot. And its initiative is 4, so we're going to put the number 4 there. Then we are going to roll my initiative die, and we got a 3, so we're going to be going after the bat. And we're going to place our party members onto the mat. Now, we know that that bat is going to be moving around, and I need to remember what that means for lava. I read this last night. I promise you I did. I promise. It's just new stuff is always very tricky. Positions become lava through baddie skills. Units can move on to them. Units occupying lava. So I don't think any of the things that this guy does are going to turn its space to lava. It's just things that happen when it's in lava. So I think I'm going to be totally fine there. Now, I'm not going to want that to hit me on its first. Oh, backwards. It has to go on the ranged spot. I don't want it to attack me, so I'm going to start myself over here so that it can't quite get to me. And with that, I think we are now ready to start. Yep, we are. Okay, so first, the baddie is going to go at spot number 4. And it's going to go 1, 2 to move towards me because it's a bad baddie. Okay, then it's my turn. So I have a dexterity of 3, which means I can take movement plus dice. It's going to cost me 1 movement to move, so I'm going to move over here next to it, and I'm going to roll my Sonic Squall and 1 attack die. And I believe with the results of these dice, I should be able to completely kill this dude and get 3 damage. But we'll see what happens. That is not what happened. I got 2 damage. So my Squall is exhausted, and we're going to take 2 chips away from the blind bat. Okay, so that's round 1. And then we're going to go to round 2. You know, I'm going to do this. No. Yeah, we'll keep it this way. We're going to go to round 2. So first, the blind bat's going to go. It is going to attack me for 1 attack die. I don't have any defense, so I'm just going to take that 1 damage. Oh, no. Poor Gale. Then it's Gale's turn, and Gale is going to just wreak some havoc. We're going to roll 3 attack dice. That should be an easy kill. And we got 1 bone and 3 hits killing the thing. Now, the smart move, which I'm not smart at this game, I keep saying this, the smart move might have been to try to stretch that battle out so that I could get 3 dice in my backup plan to unlock that arm cannon, but that is not what I did. So we've defeated the boss. We're going to draw 1 loot, which is the day planner. I can use this up to 3 times. Each time I use it, I can place a bones into my backup plan. It's usable no more than once on each of your turns, and it cannot be used on a turn in which you've used your backup plan. So this is going to pretty much guarantee me, if the next battle lasts 3 rounds, to get that mechanic protocol done so that I can remove that token, and then I'll be able to train up the arm cannon. So I think that was a great loot to draw. I'm really glad I chose the loot version of this. Next, we're going to get 1 progress point, which we're going to put underneath the thing there. And I get a massive 2 training points for this one. So I'm going to get 2 whole training points, which are not going to be used for this blocked thing because I can't do it yet. But I am going to give myself that 1 more dexterity because I definitely felt how light my dexterity was there. And I'm going to take the advice of the Gearlock starting guide to not sleep on sidestep. Sidestep allows me to move away when a baddie moves next to me. So it's a way to elongate those turns and really get things going. I've got 2 out of the 5 progress that I need to move forward. We did our training, and now we are going to do our lock picking attempt again. So again, we are going for 3 trips, and we got 3 trips. trips. Boom, boom, boom. I can also treat the lock type as a lock of my choice, but that's not going to happen. I'm just going to put that trip in there, and I've now unlocked 2 of those. Now for my next roll, I need 2 force. I got not 2 force. So one of these has 3 force and 1 force. One has 2 force. I mean, we just get to re-roll one of these, so we're just going to re-roll it. And it's a 3L. I can treat the lock type as of 1. I can treat the lock type of 1 die as the lock of my choice. So I'm going to treat this as a force instead of an L, which means I unlock my Trove Loot, which is a starter pistol. The starter pistol has 3 uses. When I would roll my initiative die, I can set it to my desired result instead, which is great in a 1-player game because it means I'll get to go first before anything super duper nasty comes and gets me. So we have our starter pistol and our day planner. Now we can equip 4 pieces of loot, and you're not going to see it. Well, yeah, we'll slide that over so that we can put the other where you can see it. All right, so now I can choose. I can either rest or recover, which will give me 1 health back, or I can scout, or I can search for better loot. I think, knowing how bad I am at this, we're going to scout. I changed my mind. And I rolled a 1 again, so I get to scout this first 1-point baddie. This is a orc scavenger, and it has Frenzy 1 and Rating. So Frenzy 1 is going to mean if at least one of its attack dice hit, we will roll attack dice again, and it will do damage based on both rolls. So that could be pretty bad for me. It also has the keyword Rating. It gets 1 extra attack die for every other orc on the battle mat. I'm going to do this early because there's less chance of there being more monsters early on. So I'm going to go ahead and let that be the thing that I fight moving forward. So that is the end of the recovery phase. And we are going to advance to day 3 of 7. We're almost halfway there. We're going to draw the next encounter, which is now no longer a starting encounter, but it is a random solo encounter called Corruption and Graft. So now things are going to get tougher because those first 2 days are set up to be simpler for you, and these days are not going to be as simple for us. Dun, dun, dun. Whew. Corruption and Graft. A dull cleam. Gurgles can't read today. A dull gleam catches my lamplight, and I bend down to get a closer look. I like how in the solo games it's just me instead of anyone. To my shock, I recognize this jagged piece of metal hardware as belonging to Mirawat's great machine, which the tyrants of the break destroyed and divided amongst themselves. Each tyrant has grafted a piece of the machine to their bodies, giving them additional power and vitality. Ouchers. A thought crosses my mind. It's been a tough journey down here all by myself. Maybe I should follow the tyrant's lead. Apparently, I don't have long to decide. I can hear the hostile chortles and snorts of my enemies echoing through these tunnel walls. It won't be long before they arrive, so I grab the mechanism and decide to think on my feet. The first option is, it will be easier to repair the machine if part of it is not stuck to my arm. I would get an extra training point and a loot. This combat would take place in darkness, and it will have to be created with as many break baddies as possible. Now, darkness means that I can't see what the monsters are at the beginning of the battle. Baddies will always enter the battle mat unrevealed. They're placed face down and treated as ranged baddies. Unrevealed baddies have no hit points. On their turn, unrevealed baddies, if an unrevealed baddie becomes immediate, okay, so what I'm confused about here is how. So this wants me to create the baddie queue with as many break baddies as possible. But it's darkness, so I'm not supposed to see what they are. Oh, I think that just means I'm going to skip the one that I scouted, is how I'm reading it. The other option is absolute power corrupts absolutely, but maybe it won't this time. That would be baddie queue, and if the encounter success is achieved, in each recovery phase, the Gearlock may rest and recover and take one other individual option of their choice. So that means I'll be able to heal after every encounter no matter what. I feel like that's actually going to be better than the extra loot and the extra thing. So I'm just going to do, it's day 3. So we're going to do 3 baddie points in the queue. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the second option because I feel like that is going to be the way to go here. And plus, I want this one to take 3 days so that I could go bump and get the can't remember the names of it, mechanic protocol going on. There's no way I will ever remember the correct words in this with all of this list of keywords and all of the different characters things. And this is kind of just part of the fun of Too Many Bones is it always feels like a new game. Like I have no idea what's going on with this character. I have no idea what's going on with these encounters. I have no idea what's going around with these battles, even though the basic system stays the same. But anywho, all right. So we're going to build our baddie queue. So first, in position number 1, we have a melee orc scavenger. And he's going to have 3 life. And there's a bunch of targeting rules and requirements in here that we're not going to talk about because they have to do with when you have 2 games going and we have 1 game going, so it's just not as big of a deal. Next, we have, in spot number 2, we have an orc blacksmith here. Oh. And the orc blacksmith has Swordbreaker, which doesn't sound good. At the end of its turn, its target must exhaust one of its attack dice if they lost hit points this turn. That's terrible. That can really end the game for us. So we're gonna want to try to kill this guy first if we can kill him on this first round. So that's pretty that's pretty scary. All right, and that's going to be here. Oh, the orc scavenger has an initiative of 3. The orc swordbreaker has an initiative of 3. We do have a 2 on our dice, so we might want to use that starter pistol here, depending on what we have. We have an orc, another orc, an orc miner. So frenzy is also like a super strong ability right now. Oh, and this one has rating too. Oh dear, and 4 health. And it's in melee. You know, I feel like I might have made a poor decision about where to start this battle. I cannot risk getting that 2. So we're going to use that starting pistol to give myself a 6 initiative to start because otherwise I'm kafloppled. And we're melee, so we're going to start right next to the Swordbreaker, which is going to give us a decent shot to kill it with 3 dice and a Sonic Squall. We're probably going to take a lot of damage this round, but I feel like it's worth it to make Swordbreaker not happen. The Rage ability of Swordbreaker means if it has less than full hit points, it gets that many additional attack dice. So I really need to just kill it on this first turn. So here we go. First, Gale is going to go. Gale is going to roll all 3 attack dice and the Squall dice in an attempt to one-shot this Swordbreaker before things go terribly wrong. And we got a total of 5. So that was enough. We're going to exhaust this die. We're going to kill the Swordbreaker. Whoo-wee. That was a close call. We are also going to use the day planner to place a bone into our backup plan because we really want to get that backup plan going. Okay, so that was that. That was the, which color? Where did I put the, that was purple. So the 2 is going to come out, and now the baddies are going to go. So first, the blue one goes, it's going to move 2 spaces towards me, can't reach me. This one's going to go and move 2 spaces towards me. I'm going to move it here because I could choose which spot to go to. So now it's harder for the other one to get around. And it is going to attack me with raiding. And again, because of raiding, it's 1 extra attack die for each other orc on the battle mat. Now, normally, the orc miner has no attack, but it has 1 attack die because of that skill. It also gets to roll 1 defense die. So it got 1 attack and 1 defense. Gale loses a health, and it gets 1 defense token on it. And that's all fine because, again, I want this fight to last a little bit longer because I want to get this day planner to get my thing going on, right? So we're on round 2. I forgot to reset that dice at the beginning, but we are now starting round 2, and Gale is going to go first. Now, I don't want to do damage to the orc miner to begin with, because I want to ensure that I get those 3 turns out, and I don't want to give it its rage ability. And I'm kind of okay with the stamina starting to suck away at round 5. So what I am going to do here, though, is I'm going to use that sidestep die. We're going to move 3. We're going to move 2 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to move a full 3 spaces. Is that accurate? Yeah. We're going to move a full 3 spaces, and we're going to roll sidestep as our final die. And on sidestep, I rolled sidestep 1, and that goes in my little active slot here, so it's ready to trigger. After a baddie's movement phase, if it moved to a position adjacent to you, you can exhaust this die to move up to that number of positions. So I'll be able to move 1 position away. So first, the blue guy is going to go 1. It's going to go 2, 2, 2, land next to me. And I'm just going to use that sidestep die to just bounce out of the way. And then our friend, the orc miner, is going to go again, but this time I'm going to move him to this side of me here so that I can attack the orc scavenger on the next turn. He does not roll another defense die because he already has a defense. He rolls 1 attack die because there's another frenzy on the map. Does 1 more damage to poor Gale. Gale isn't looking great, but we do get to use that day planner again, which means that we get to put another bone into the backup plan. So in this next turn, we'll be able to remove that token, which is really what we want. We're going to go to round 3, starting with Gale. We're going to use the day planner first to place that final X into the backup plan. And we're going to immediately remove all of those and remove that blocker in arm cannon. So we're ready to go with that as time goes on. I'm going to put that face up at the bottom of the loot deck, because this way I make sure I don't shuffle the loot deck until I've seen everything, because I like to see all the content of the game. I still have 4 dexterity. So we're using 1 dexterity to move next to this raider. And then we have 3 more attack dice to use. Now this is a little dangerous, right? Because if I don't kill it, I might die on this next round. But I feel like the only way I'm going to survive this fight is if I do that. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to hope for 3 hits. And we got a total of 5 hits, which one-shots that dude. So he is now dead. And now this one gets to move and attack me for 0. Why does it attack me for 0, you may ask? Because there is no other orc on the map to trigger its raiding ability, so it can't attack me, and it's just going to stand there with its 1 defense. We're going to go to round 4. Now, I get to start rolling some defense dice, which will hopefully help me survive this battle. Now, I believe, if I'm correct, I don't have to use all of the attack dice that I roll. So if I roll a big attack that's not going to kill him, I can just be like, no, I'm just going to do 1 damage so that his rage doesn't come up and get me. I just want to make sure that I am correct on that, because again, it's been a while and this is a pretty complicated game. So let's see here. Attack. If no attacks, a target for your attack must be declared that damage that may be applied. So I don't have to apply it as far as I read that there. So we've got 2 defense, which is great. We've got a bone that I'm definitely going to toss in here. I'll be able to not use that on this turn because I already did something on this turn, but on a future turn, I can possibly heal. And then I did a total of 3 damage. I don't want to do 3 damage. I want to do 1 damage. So I'm doing 2 damage, 1 to remove the shield and 1 to remove 1 health. So now the baddie has 3 health left and it's going to attack me. It's lost 1, so it's going to use 1 die and 1 defense die. It does 1 damage to me and it gets 1 defense again. That 1 defense comes out of my shield. The 1 defense die goes on there, and we're going to move to round 5. Now after round 5, things are going to get a little dicey because they're going to get a little dicey. Now, I don't want to necessarily use this bone yet because after I complete this encounter, I'm going to have that ability that lets me always rest and recover. So as long as I survive, I don't need to worry about that. So I already have a defense die in my queue. I only have 3 attack dice that I can roll, so I'm not going to make use of my whole dexterity. We got 4 hits there, which is enough to damage the 1 shield, do 3 damage to it, and kill the boss. I keep calling it a boss because all of the monsters in this feel like bosses to me, but I've killed it. It is dead. We're going to put it in this little defeated pile here along with the blind bat, and success. So we're going to get 1 progress point for that. From now on, we have this persistent effect where in each recovery phase, the Gearlock may rest and recover and take 1 other individual option. And we are going to get 1 training point for that. I think it's fairly obvious that that training point is going to go towards the arm cannon, which on the next turn, hopefully will get a nice permanent buff in the locked field. I don't know why it said Gale was hard to play solo. I feel like this is going pretty well. But of course, I'm playing on easy. But even if I wasn't playing on easy, I might have skimped by on that. But anywho, the encounter's over. We're going to restore her back to a full health of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I always get a free rest and recover now. Ba-dum-bum-bum. I do not have to use the lock-picking attempt because I have that thing now. I don't want to search for better loot. I like the loot that I have. But we are going to scout the area. And I rolled a 3, so I can reveal a 5-point baddie, which I am going to do because we're going to start getting tougher ones soon. So this is an orc duelist. It can move diagonally. It has sword breaker, which we hate, and raiding, and we're just going to pop them right on the bottom of that pile there. And it's just gonna go away. So yeah, I scouted and I said bop bop bye. All right, so that was 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go to day 4, and we're gonna see what's coming at us next. Oh, wait, I forgot to use it. Oh no, I did. I used the training point for the arm cannon. Okay, this is another solo encounter. They could care less. It doesn't say care less, it says careless in one word. From my position on a hidden ridge, I can spy on the activities of the group of baddies in the large cave below. I like my chances. These baddies are hauling rocks for some unknown purpose, but they are incautious and clumsy. I've already seen several of my would-be foes drop stones on their toes or accidentally knock one of their friends to the ground. Now, I could run down there and make quick work of these monsters, but their klutziness could be my downfall. There are pockets of lava in this cavern, and I'd hate for an unthinking troll to accidentally let loose a torrent of magma. My 2 options are, the first one, cut once, parry twice. I'll get an extra training point for this. This would make the encounter take place on shaky ground, which means that lava is going to come up more often, or at all. When a battle has a shaky ground modifier, anytime a baddie deals damage, the Gearlock's position becomes lava. Or I could lure them into the darkness where they'll be even clumsier. I'll get an extra loot for this. We'll have, it'll still be baddie queue. The battle will take place in darkness, meaning I won't be able to see anybody until they attack me, until they come next to me or I attack them. And all baddies will have the skill Careless 1, which means whenever they roll a bone, they take damage. You know, I only have the 1 loot. I feel like it's going to be good for me to get loot. I'm going to do the lure into darkness thing, which means I'm still not going to even see how this lava mechanic works, but I think that's okay because we're also on day 4, so there's going to be 4 baddies in the baddie queue. And what we're going to do in darkness, just to remind myself, because I still haven't done this, they will be placed down, treated bad without any initiative. We will roll their initiative dice for initiative. So we're just going to have all 3 of these on the ranged field. 4 of these. The first one's going to go there. Wrong order. First one, second one, third one, fourth one. And we're just going to roll these initiative dice for what their initiative will be. And, well, we're just going to put it in the field because you'll be able to see it there. 6, 5, 3, and 2. And so I put it in a way that you couldn't see. That's great. And I just realized You probably can't actually see the yellow numbers, but that's fine. Now, so 6 is going to go first, then 5, then 3, then 2. We are going to roll our initiative dice this time and not use the sword. And I cocked it, so we're going to do it again. And I rolled a 6, so I'm going to be at the top of the initiative, which means I am going to go first. And I'm going to start next in this spot next to the number 6 baddie. So this way, when it comes next to me and reveals itself, I might be able to use my sidestep to immediately run away. So I know I want to try to find something that I want to equip my arm cannon with. Oh, I don't have these dice anymore. I'm going to roll the sidestep in case I need to sidestep. I'm going to roll the defense dice in case I need to defend. And those are going to be the 3 dice that I roll. So it's just not going to really do much else. So let's see here. I got 2 bones. I don't think I want to use the bones from sidestep, so I'm going to put it back in its category. I'm going to take that bone from the defense die, and this is the one that's going to let me do bleed to enemies whenever I use another attack skill. And I think that's the one that I want, so we're going to plop bleed up in the locked field over there. So now from now on, my attack skills, oh, I should have rolled that. My attack skills can be used on non-adjacent baddies, and I get to put bleed on them for the rest of the game. So that's pretty cool. I don't think there's any reason to use Cool Breeze because it's a healing thing, so I'm going to just leave it there. And that was me. So now we're going to do number 6. It's going to move 2 spaces. And because it's next to me, it is going to be revealed. And it will finish its turn. So here we have a troglodyte seer with 2 health. It's got ranged attack, so there's no point. There would have been no point in me moving out of the way anyway. And it has eruption. At the end of the unit's turn, the position of its targets become lava. Oh no, I'm gonna get lava anyway. That's so sad. If I end my turn on it, I will take lava damage. Okay, well, it is going to attack me for 2. The good news is it's actually right next to me, which is going to make it easier to kill eventually. But we're going to roll those 2 attack dice, and it got 2 bones. Now, if we remember, it had Careless 1. So because it got a bone, it's going to take a damage. So it might kill itself. I might not even have to worry about that one. But the problem is the other ones are all not going to be revealed this round. So we're going to move on to round 2. So in this case, it's probably, ooh, my tile becomes lava. So if I end my turn on that tile, I will get killed. So I think I can't go anywhere. I can't hide. We're going to move 1 space with 1 dexterity off of the lava. For our second action, we're going to use Sonic Squall because I have range on it now because of the arm cannon. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to roll sidestep so I can get it into my thing. And I'm going to roll a defense die because I don't have any defense in my active pool yet. And we got 1 defense, which we're going to pop up there. We got the 1 damage from this at range, which is going to kill this thing so that it can't give me eruption anymore. And we rolled 1 sidestep, which we're going to put in the active slot so that we can move away if we want to move away from a baddie. Now, that might not have been the smartest spot for me to move to, so I'm gonna retcon that and say I moved here so that the move away thing actually means something, because the lava is at the end of their turn. So my turn's over now. So if I move on to lava using sidestep, from my understanding, that's not going to actually do damage to me. But anywho, we're going to move on and do number 5, who is going to move here and reveal itself. This is a troll drunkard, and it has stench 2. That doesn't sound nice. Stench 2. When defeated, place the stench effect die on this position. Treat it as an untargetable obstacle. All units adjacent to it are dealt true damage, and any gearlocks moving adjacent to stealth are dealt true damage at the start of the round, reduce it by 1. So I think that's probably going to be the last one that I want to kill. So I'm going to go ahead and use that sidestep to jump away from him into that lava space, and he cannot attack me on this turn. That's fine. All right, so we're going to go to number 3, who's going to move here. And this is a troglodyte scurrier. And it has the ability of lava flow, which means any rock it occupies immediately becomes lava. So this is immediately lava. Floor is lava, floor is lava. And that one is going to attack me. And it rolled 1, which just gets absorbed by my shield. And you'll notice I just leave all the dice on the side here, even though I have these nice little carriers. I make a big mess, but whatever. Okay, so that was number 3. Then number 2 is going to go, and we're going to move that here so that I have some room to maneuver. And this is a lava bat, which is a ranged attacker, and it has lava bat. It has flame soak 1, which I think means it heals on lava, if I recall. Oh, no, it was wrong. It says remove 1 hit point from the closest gearlock on a lava position and place that hit point under this unit. If no gearlocks are on lava, remove the hit point from the closest baddie on lava if possible. And I'm assuming it does that during its attack. So I am unfortunately on lava, so it sucked a life from me, and it attacked me for 1 damage. So things are not looking so great moving into round 3. I've used all of my special stuff already. I'm definitely going to need to roll an attack die. I am going to need to move, but I need to be able to still attack that. So I'm going to move 2 spaces, roll 1 attack die and 1 defense die. And I got 1 attack and 1 defense, so we're going to pop this defense over here. We're going to remove a life from the bat. We're going to notice that I am not on lava, but we are going to use this, try to use this backup plan. If I don't roll a bone, then I heal 1. And I didn't roll a bone, so I heal 1. I feel like that was more important than trying to get to the innate, because stuff is not looking great here. So first, this guy's going to move 2 towards me. That goes there. This is going to move 2 towards me. Oops. And whatever space it is in becomes lava. I think that's at any time. Yep. And it is going to attack me for 1. And it gets absorbed by my shield. And now this bat is going to flame soak 1. It's going to absorb that from the troglodyte instead of from me, because that's the nearest baddie in lava, which is actually pretty okay. And then it's going to try to attack me. It's going to do 1 damage to me. And we're going to just keep going back and forth like this for a while, I think. But we're moving on to round 4, starting with Gale. Gale is going to roll her 1 defense dice again. She's also going to roll 3 attack dice. And she is going to do this against the green one, hoping, no. She's going to do this against the bat. She's going to try to kill the bat first. That might not be wise, but it's what we're doing. So we've rolled 2 bones, 1 attack and 1 defense. So that gives us 2 bones, 1 damage to the birdie, 1 defense die. We're going to use the Cool Breeze backup plan, and we get to heal 1. And then it's going to be purple's turn, which is going to go 1, 2. It's going to be green's turn, which is going to roll 1 attack. It does 1 damage. The bat is going to suck 1 life from the that monster and do 1 damage to me. So yeah, you can see things are just kind of rolling along like this as we get to turn 5, which means everybody's life is going to start getting sucked away very soon. But we're going to still do the same thing again. We're going to roll 3 attack dice and 1 defense dice. We got 1 bone. We got a 2 defense, which is much better. 2 damage, which we're going to use to do 2 more damage to the bat. And I now have 2 bones. Oh, 2 bones. Yeah, we're going to re-roll one of them to try to heal. And we do. We heal one. Now, I was thinking about just trying to get that innate going, but I feel like that might not be the best of ideas based on how things are going. And now we have moved to the blood phase. So this means, and I'm trying to remember if it's at the beginning of a turn, the end of a turn, how exactly it works. So just bear with me for a second here because it has been a while. From now on, all the units can move diagonally. At the start of the round, every unit uses 1 damage immediately. So this loses 1, this loses 1, I lose 1, this loses 1. Great. Did I forget something? Was that supposed to move and attack me yet? You know, I think it was, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that damage, assuming it was, which would have been 1 to my shield. So we're just going to let that go that way. And oh, wait, yes. Where did the 2 defense come from? What did I do? Did I mess up? I think I got excited and messed up, which is something I tend to do. So I would have rolled the 2 defense. I would have done attacks. Then Stench would have gone. Then this guy would have gone, which would have taken my other defense. Then this one would have sucked 1 life away from him and attacked me for 2, which sucks. So I would have lost 2. So that means at the and then this round would have started. This would have immediately died because of the being sucked down by the damage. Okay, that's what would have happened there. So now I have only 2 health left. So we're going to start by trying to heal one of those, which we do. So now I have 3 health left. I think I'm better off trying to kill this on this turn and then that on the next turn. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to roll 3 attack dice and 1 defense dice, do things smart so I don't mess up. I got 2 shield again and 3 attack. 3 attack is enough to kill that bat. Plopping this back over here. And now the stench guy is going to attack me for 1 and do 1. So I'll still be alive. And the stench, I will take damage as soon as it's placed. But I think if I kill the monster at the same time, I think I would still count as winning if I kill it at the same time. So yeah, anyway, okay. So we are going to the next round. We each take 1 health damage immediately. And I'm going to roll 3 attack dice and 1, I don't get a defense dice. I'm going to move 1 diagonally here just to make use of that 1 movement. I'm going to roll 3 attack dice. I got a bone. Can I use that bone to heal immediately, or must I finish the attack action? Is the question. An attack. Backup plan. I don't actually know this, and I'm going to ask this in the chip theory room. Like, can I use that bone now to try to heal before doing the 3 damage? I'm just going to say I can, and I did heal 1, and then I do the 3 damage. And again, like there's a bunch of questions that came up here. Do I win the battle even if I died at the same time, which I didn't? Do I still take that through true damage, even though that's the thing that died? Do I get to use that bone before anything happens? I don't know the answer to any of those things, but we're calling this a win. So we draw a item. This is bat legs. I can heal myself for 2 hit points, usable only in battle, once per battle. We're definitely going to want to hang on to that. I get 1 more progress point, bringing me up to 4 out of the 5 needed to begin to fight to be able to fight the boss. And I get a training point. So that training point is going to go to something very important. And the thing that training point is going to go to Whew. I feel like I need some of that defense. I feel like I need some of that defense. That's an auto heal. I feel like that auto heal might be important too. Yeah, we're gonna go. Oh, I need to learn targeted med boost or sensory remapper before I can learn life circle. I don't really care about the gust rockets. I might really care about the macroneural implant will make me invincible to certain statuses, which could be really useful. So I could look at one of the defense skills. Wind funnel could reduce a baddie's attack, which as we're getting into harder ones soon could be useful. Tornadic barrier. Oh, that'll help keep something away from me. Blowback will prevent baddies from entering the battle map. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use that skill point to unlock Tornadic Barrier. And this way, if I end up in a battle where I have 3 backup plans again, I can use that to remove the macroneural implant blocker because I don't really care about the dust blocker. And we'll see how that goes. So that gives us the next one of 4. So we now need just one more. Now, that doesn't mean we have to fight the boss on that round. We do have to fight the boss on round 7. But we don't have to fight it as soon as we get 5 progress. We can wait another turn. So I did that. There is nothing to unlock. I get to heal up to full because of the special persistent ability. I get to scout. And it's going to be a scout of 1, which is not going to help me much on day 5. This is a bridge troll with taunt. Yeah, I'm just going to leave him on the top. He's not really worrisome to me. I'm not worried about him. Okay, so we are going to day 5. And on day 5, we are going to read a new encounter. Uh-oh, it's a special tyrant encounter. So each tyrant has some cards that get shuffled into that deck that are unique to that tyrant. And here we have Rok Rol's unique card, Creative Differences. Sometimes one wonders if Rok and Roll might finish each other off before this adventure reaches its destination. Facts. The troll siblings have been fighting for years with their foray to retrieve the great machine parts, only a brief interregnum in their typical regime of terror. Did you all just use the word interregnum? I like that word. I'm really happy you used that word. Anyway, if they don't end each other, they may prematurely end this quest. The journey has just been interrupted by what looks like a rolling, earth-shaking brawl between the brother and sister, and if due care is not taken, the primary casualty might be Gearlock in nature. There's only one option on this card. It is called Hello Goodbye. The BQ will be the baddie Q, which is a 5. And we will add roll, only roll, not rock. We're going to add roll. Roll. Here's roll. We're going to add roll to the top of the baddie queue. We're going to read his things here. He has crowd surf and star power. So crowd surf and star power are things that are going to be revealed on these cards, I'm assuming. Let's see here. Aha, crowd surf. For Roll's movement, she moves as many positions as possible, taking the shortest route possible to an available rock position. Oh, I forgot to reset this lava to be rock, so let's do that. Okay. Roll can move through other units, and each unit she moves through is dealt 1 damage. If there are no available rock positions adjacent to the strongest opposing unit, Roll does not move. Star power. Roll can only lose hit points from lava damage, fatigue, which is when the thing runs out, and damage dealt by red baddies. Okay. All baddies consider Rol to be an opposing unit. Baddies and party members oppose each other as usual. At the end of the second round, we're going to add Rok to the bottom of the battle queue. When Rok enters the battle mat, we will remove Rol if Rol is not already defeated. The encounter success is achieved when all non-tyrant baddies are defeated. So I don't have to defeat Rol. I only have to defeat this 5-point baddie. Okay, that's interesting. That's different for sure. They've definitely stepped it up here. We're going to go to round 1. We're going to put Rol into battle at position 1 in melee with a massive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 health. So this is a good example of why we might want to wait to get a little bit more powerful before going for the boss later on. And then let's see what 5-point baddie the world has given us. We have a troglodyte oozemonger. It has 6 health. And it has lava flow, which means every space it's in turns into lava. And it has eruption, which I forget as well. Eruption is at the end of its turn, the position of its target becomes lava. So there's going to be lava everywhere. And this has an initiative of 4. Now, my only goal here is to kill that. So I am going to want to go first this time. I'm going to use that starter pistol to give myself that initiative of 6. I'm going to start right next to lava flow. I don't know why I moved this down. That's locked. It stays there forever. Okay. So, interesting. 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 Okay. So I have 4 dexterity. I'm going to use Sonic Squall because that's some auto damage. I think I'm just going to use all 3 attack dice and just see if I can just really bang this one out pretty fast. So let's see what we get here. Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, no, because I want to be there for that. So we've gotten 1 bone, 2 damage, 4 damage, plus bleed. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and a bleed effect, which means that at the start of that unit's turn, it is going to take 1 true damage. So I might end this one pretty fast. Now, if I could just figure out which of these dice, has bleed on it. There's bleed. Okay, so next we have, this was lava just because it spawned on it. So now this is going to go next, and it's going to first take 1 damage from the bleed, and then it is going to attack with 2 white and 2 attack and 1 defense die. And it got 2 attacks and 2 defense because of course it did. So I take 2 damage, and my space becomes lava. And then we're going to see how this crowd surf thing happens. It is going to move as many positions as possible, taking the shortest route possible to the available rock position adjacent to the strongest target, which is currently me. So it does this. And then it attacks. And it's going to roll, I think that's, what does this symbol mean? I don't know what that symbol means. Let me see. Please roll defense on the baddie. What is that symbol? Huh. Does that just mean roll tyrant die? It might. Let me double check. I need to figure out what this means because I have no idea. You're just going to listen to me sing because I'm going to think that's entertaining, even though it's probably not as entertaining as I think it is. but at least I am saying something while I skim through this book and try to figure out what this symbol means, because I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. Attack. No, 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 it doesn't say anything. Adds baddies to the top of the battle queue when it enters the battle mat. That is, I don't know what this symbol means. I don't know what this symbol means. Tyrant? Ah, yes, it just means roll the tyrant die. Well, that was a lot of effort for no reason. Okay, so we're going to do that. So we've got, that's not a defense die. All right. So Roll's going to get 1 defense, do 2 damage, and do this thing. Ah. Oh, no, that's just Rok. So I guess because Rok's not on the board, that doesn't happen is what I'm assuming. So it does 2 damage to me. We get 1 defense die on Rok. And that is that turn. So we're going to go to round 2. I'm on lava. That's got 2 damage. Literally all I'm going to do is go 1, 2. I'm going to go, ooh. It's going to die immediately at the start of its turn. So all I need to do, I don't need to attack it, but I want to try to get some bones. So I'm going to roll 3 attack dice and 1 defense dice. Oh no, we're going to use Tornadic Barrier because that might give me 2 bones. Sidestep might give me a bone. There's 2 bones on a defense die. So we're going to roll that. All right, we're just trying to get as many bones as possible. And we've gotten 1, 2 bones, which is perfect. Because those 2 bones mean that we can use the bone action to unlock macro neural implant. I'm going to do 1 damage and take that shield away. And then we have this blowback of 2, which we're just going to put here. We're going to take 1 damage from the lava at the end of our turn. At the start of this thing's turn, it takes 1 true damage, which ignores its defense. All of the non-tyrant baddies have been killed. So we have defeated the encounter, and we're doing really good today. This is a good day in Daelor. We're still technically in Daelor? I don't know. But we're going to put all of these things back here. We automatically heal to full because of that persistent thing that we had before. I had this healing thing to use too, but I didn't need it. We're going to get a treasure. Fortunate Discovery. Select one of your consumable skill dice and place it in its skill bot on the mat. So we now have the self-coder, which lets us, it's got some dual bone symbols, which is nice. We can also use it to re-roll 1 die in our active slot and apply the new result or return the die to its previous result, or re-roll as many dice in your active slots as you wish, 1 at a time, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to be using that to try to get some bones going on probably, but we'll see how that works out. We also get 2 training points. So 1 training point is going to, I would say, obviously be that macro neural net thing that we wanted to unlock there. Where does sidestep go? Where's sidestep? Sidestep's over here. We have a 2nd point. We have a 2nd point, which we have a lot of healing right now. We have a 2nd point. We could add another attack die in. Ooh, we're gonna try to roll it. We're gonna try to get another attack die. Unfortunately, I rolled a bone, so I cannot physically get another attack die. So instead, we're going to use, which was it? We're going to use disorientation charge, which can like reduce the defense of one of the other dudes, and we're going to put that in our little field here. We're not really worried about the healing because I have the bat legs and I have the macroneural implant now, which will make me immune to bleed, stun, terrify, poison, weaken, and it also, yeah, I think this is just going to be. I think we're going to be good. We're going to go, that was day 5. So we now have enough resources, but we still have 2 more days that we can use to kind of lower the bad points of the baddie. The challenge here is I think I want that extra baddie in this fight. So we're on day 6, we are going to do an encounter. Oh, I forgot to scout. Scout. 4. 5-point baddie. We have a Troll Dark Alesmith with Reach and Recover 2. I'm assuming Recover 2 is healing. Sure as heck is. And Reach probably means it can go 2 spaces. At the start of this unit's turn, the closest opposing unit not already adjacent is placed on an available position adjacent to it in a lava. Yeah, we don't like that. We're gonna put him back. We're gonna put him back on the bottom here. Don't like that. And then we're going to do our encounter. It is not the other rock and roll encounter. I'll see that some other day. Instead, we have Tyrannic Toddler. A squalling whale sounds from the upcoming cavern, and my heart flutters involuntarily. Does one's heart ever flutter? Oh, I should have this better. Let's start over. A squalling whale sounds from the upcoming cavern, and my heart flutters involuntarily. Does one's heart ever flutter voluntarily? The noise was unmistakably made by a baby. A baby! And I rushed forward to see if there's any way I can help. Perhaps the child's parents had been wounded by lava, or a troglodyte, or some other subterranean horror. Or maybe they just left the baby here so they could forage for supplies or scout the terrain ahead. Clearly, however, this kid is upset. I turn the corner, and my conciliatory expression turns into a frozen rictus. Whew! Good words. It's hard to make out from its form in the dim light, but this toddler is definitely not a gearlock or a human or even a molnar. 3 species of baby that I feel confident would appreciate my comfort instead of returning it with violence. It's also gigantic for its age. Looking up at me makes me feel like the child. And I try to back away, but it's too late. It sees me, lets out a guttural, and stumbles in my direction on uncertain feet. I have a choice. First choice, my conscience may never recover from this. It's a 1-point baddie. Its hit point stat is equal to its current hit points multiplied by the day. Swordbreaker, Break, and Hardy are suspended for this battle, and I would get a loot. Or I can give the toddler a pacifier. I have to discard 2 loot or 1 trove loot. And then I would shuffle the special encounter Ebonite Doorway into the encounter deck. I'm not going to do that because the next encounter is the boss. I'm gonna get rid of the trove loot. I'm gonna go ahead and discard that trove loot for this baby to suck on. I'm not going to kill a baby. Not going to do it. And I get 2 training points for that. So these are my last 2 training points. One of those is going to be spent to try to get an attack. And I succeeded. So I get to up that attack to 2. Now that I have that, I'm going to use that other one to increase my dexterity to 5. And hopefully this is going to be enough to win the final encounter, which is what we're going to do now as we go to day 6. I have my 6 health. I do get to scout, which is important because this is going to be the final battle. And I get to scout a 5-point baddie, which is good because we're going to have one of those. This is a Troll Cave Masher. It has Recover and Taunt. I don't like the Taunt being in there because I need to fight these bosses. So we're going to put that on the bottom, and hopefully that was a smart, hopefully that was a smart choice. We're going to be trying to use those baddies anyway, I think. And we're going to go to day 6. So we will rock you. The rock and roll encounter. Baddie Q is baddie points. I have to create it using as many trolls as possible. So let's see if this is a troll. Not 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 a troll. I think I cycled all the trolls out. Nope. We have a Troll Cave Smasher, which was the one another copy of the one I put on the bottom before. And that's going to have Recover 1 and Taunt X. I believe that the 5-point bet, the 1-point bet, what order do the baddies go in this baddie pool? I haven't done this in such a long time. I believe, I'm not going to say until I see what it is, The higher one goes on top. So this is going to be on top of the baddie pool. This is number 6, also a troll. And then we have to find another troll. Here we do. This is a troll rock eater. And this one also has reach. So there's going to be lots of teleporting in this fight. We're going to place rock on top of the baddie queue. We're going to place roll on top of the baddie queue. Before battle, the following positions become lava. So we've got some lava in the corners here. All baddies, including rock, are going to treat roll as an opposing unit, and roll considers rock to be an opposing unit. All baddies must be defeated in order for this to succeed. Roll, we know about the crowd surf and the star power can only deal. Oh, I couldn't do damage to it before when I attacked it, but it had shield anyway, so whatever. Rock has hard rock. At the start of his turn, his position becomes rock, and he gains 2 hit points at the start of his turn. So, is this... So there was supposed to be 2 tyrant dies, and in the last battle, I rolled the wrong tyrant die, and here is the right tyrant die. So one of these is for rock and one of these for roll. We're not gonna retcon all that. We're just gonna move forward with our lives. So in position 1, we have roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And she can only be killed by lava spaces and stuff, right? Yep. And she starts on a lava space, but no, she doesn't. She starts here. So she could end up moving to a lava space, and she has initiative 3. Then we have roll. Roll has 8 hit points as well. And roll is going to start on the melee space in position 2 over here and has 4 initiative. Okay. Then we have our 5-point baddie who's going to try to kill roll, who has 5 health with recover and taunt, which is sad because that means oh, wait, because roll is going to try to kill rock. Okay, that's fine. So this is 5, and it's going to go in position 3 with an initiative of 3. And then at some point, I'm going to have to kill this other baddie on the bottom of the pile here. But for now, we have a 4 health point bridge troll that is going to go here with an initiative of 2. And then we're going to roll our initiative dice, and we're going to get 2. So we're going to be watching the action for a while here. And we're going to put ourselves... Oh, we're melee. We're gonna go here and hope that this works out. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start at round 1, and first Rock is gonna go. So Rock is going to baddies consider roll to be an opposing unit, and Rock considers roll to be an opposing unit. But I am closer to Rock than roll is, so Rock is gonna go 1, 2 here towards me. Yeah, that makes sense. Then roll's going to go. So roll's going to take the shortest road possible to get closest to the strongest opposing unit. So roll is going to roll through this and over here towards Rock, and it's going to deal 1 damage to this troll that it just moved through. And then it is going to attack Rok. So Rol has this one with the shirt and 2 attack and 1 defense. So let's see how much she does to her brother. So we've rolled 1 defense, 2 attack, and a shirt. I don't know what the shirt does, but we'll find out. But that does 2 damage to Rok and 1 defense on Rol. And the shirt, each gear lock draws 1 loot. Sure. I got performance enhancing slugs. After adding yourself to the battle mat, gain 2 buff hit points. Well, that does absolutely nothing for me. But thanks for trying, Rol. Thanks for trying. Now we're going to go on to yellow 3. So that's going to recover the 1 health that was lost from going through it. It considers Rol to be an opposing unit. So it is going to attack Rol with 3 attack dice and 1 defense. And it did 4 attack with 1 defense. So that's nice. So that's 1 defense away from Rol, 3 health away from Rol, and 1 defense on the troll. Now it's my turn. So I kind of want to get rid of Rok as soon as possible. So I'm going to use my 2 attack ranged dice on Rok. I am going to use sidestep to put it into my engagement. I get 5 dice. I'm going to use sidestep. I'm going to roll 1 defense dice, and I'm going to roll tornadic barrier. So I'm going to do all of these things to possibly get some stuff going on. So I realized I was not innate, so I could not have that locked because I needed to get the innateness to unlock that. So I'm going to do everything except for sidestep that I said before because I need to get that arm cannon out. Yeah. And I think I can do all that at the same time, as far as I understand. No, I don't think I can. I think I have to. Okay, let me revitalize this. So I'm going to roll arm cannon, and I'm going to roll macro neural implant, and I'm going to roll a defense dice, and I'm going to roll sidestep, and I'm going to roll no. I can't attack him. I'm going to just move 1 space because I have the space to move and I don't have any dice to do with it. And I'm going to roll these 4 dice. Sorry about that. There was some complications going on there. I'm seeing why she's more complicated now. So here's what we got. We got 1 defense. We got 1 sidestep. We got an arm cannon that'll do a 2 poison. And we got a basic macro neural transplant, which I'm not gonna keep that one for now. I'm gonna put that in my back in my thing to reroll the next turn because nothing's doing those things to me. I just want to try to use that for the tornado protocol later. So that was my first kind of useless turn, but okay. Then we have this one, which is going to take the shortest path possible to get to me because I'm closer than Rol. It's going to go there, and we're going to swap to round 2. Rok is going to go first. I'm wondering, I guess the lava is only in the corners, and it's just not going to come up otherwise. So first, Rok is going to heal 2, which sucks. He's back to full health, and he is going to attack Rol. Defense dice. Okay. So what we've got in here is we got 2 defense dice, 2 attack to Rol, which is going to take 2 of Rol's health away. And we got this fire symbol. Every position that is currently occupied by Rol or a gear lock becomes lava. Okay, so this is going to become lava. And this is going to become lava, so I'll probably need I'll probably need to move on this next turn. So that was Rok. Now Rol goes. Rol is going to move as many positions as possible to get to the closest to taking. If there are no available Rok positions open to the strong, she doesn't move because she's already fighting who she's trying to fight. I assume. So she's going to roll 2 defense dice, her special die, and 2 attack dice, her special die, and 1 defense die. Going to run out of defense dice. And we have gotten this result, which I don't really know what it means, but she got a bone, which doesn't do anything to her. She does 2 damage, taking away Rol's shield. She gets 1 shield on herself, and this blah, blah, blah thing. Until the start of Rol's next turn, Gearlock's backup plans cost an additional bone. Not good for me. I guess some of her things are good for me, some of her things are not good for me, whatever. Okay, now this goes. And this can attack either me or her. Ooh, it's going to attack the weakest unit, which is currently going to be Rol. So it's going to, first it's going to recover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but there's nothing to recover because it has its full health. And then it's just going to roll 3 attack dice, probably kill Rol, I'm assuming. But nope, it got a bone, so it does 1 damage to Rol, removing her defense, and a bone means that it currently has taunt. So because this has taunt, I'm going to have to attack it instead of something else. So what taunt means is adjacent opposing units must attack this unit. But I'm still going to move on my turn because I don't want to be on the lava, so that's probably going to happen anyway. So it is now my turn. We're going to move 1 space to get off of the lava. I'm no longer adjacent to it, so now I can roll these 2 dice. I can roll this. I still have 2 more extra movement, so I'm actually going to move all the way around here with that, and I'm going to attack Rok. I've rolled 1 attack, 2 attacks, so that's 2 damage to Rok, and Rok has poison 2 from that other effect I had there. I still didn't roll anything that I really wanted with this macro neural implant, so that's going to go there. But this shocker means that the baddie's defense die is reduced by 1, so he's only going to roll 1 defense instead of 2 defense on the next turn, which should be helpful. I hope. I feel like I could have done better than that, but that's what I did. So that's what I did. Next, we have Green, who's going to move 2 spaces towards the nearest thing. It lands on lava and takes 1 damage. We're going to move to round 3. Okay. Round 3. First, Rok goes. Rok loses 2 health and then recovers 2 health from the poison. Poison goes down to 1. Rok is going to go for the strongest opponent, which is currently not Rol, it's me. So he's going to come over here. I am going to use my sidestep to move 1 space away so he doesn't attack at all, but he still will roll 1 defense die, and he still managed to get 2 defense out of that, which it is what it is. Okay. Rol goes. Rol's going to attack the strongest thing adjacent to it, which is currently the taunting troll. Is the strongest enemy, I believe. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Nope. It is going to move the 1 space, so it's going to move here. I wouldn't want it to be on. It would have wanted to be off the lava space anyway. So it's going to move here, and it's going to attack. Rok, Rol. I'm going to keep saying the wrong thing here. It's wild. Okay, so here's what we got. That's 1 defense for Rol. It did 2 damage, which gets the shield out of the way, and I get to draw a loot. Big old magnet. When you search for better loot, that's going to mean absolutely nothing to me for this encounter, so I'm just going to drop it there. And then yellow goes. So yellow is no longer taunted. It is going to go for its weakest opponent, which is Rol. It is going to attack with 3 dice. This might be the end of Rol. It got 3 damage, so that's 1 to the defense and 2 to this. So Rol is still hanging on, and it ended its turn on a lava, so it loses 1 health from the lava. And then we go to my turn. I really want to kill Rok, but I just can't get to Rok. So we're going to move 1 space over here and try to get rid of this thing that keeps healing itself. I have 4 more dice to use, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to try to get this little defense die going again, and I'm going to roll 3 attack dice. Yeah. So I now have something that gives me 2 shield. I now have a macro neural implant, so now every time I use a defense skill, I can add 2 shields, so I'm going to keep that one. I got 2 bones, which, you know, is fine. It's fine to get 2 bones and 1 attack. Now, those 2 bones could let me do 1 true damage to an adjacent baddie. But I feel like I'm going to wait and try to get that active turbine going for later, because that'll let me roll 4 attack dice, which will be nice. So we're going to go to the green person who goes for the weakest opponent it can get to, which is actually currently me, and it's going to stay there. It's going to roll 1 attack and 1 defense. It got 1 attack, which gets rid of my defense die. It has 2 defense. Whoops. This was on this side. This was on this side. It has 2 defense moving forward, but it also ended its turn on lava, so it loses 1 health from that. And we're going to go to round 4. We're definitely going to get into fatigue here. That is a definite. Rok is going to attack the strongest person it can get to, which it can't get to me, so it is going to take 1 damage from poison, but heal 2, meaning heal 1. And this is going to be, I am afraid, the end of our friend Rol. I don't see how Rol is going to survive this. There's that 1 damage. He's got a massive 3 defense. Rok is going to be really hard to take out. Rol is dead. Now that means at the end of this round, we're going to get this final baddie coming on in, which is another troll. So things are going to get rocky here. But yeah, things are going to get rocky. All right, so now we go on to yellow. There is no more roll to attack, so now this is going to recover 1, bringing it back up to 5. I didn't manage to do much to it. Things are actually not looking good. Not looking good at all. It got 1 defense. It dealt 2 damage to me. I don't currently have defense, so I do take that 2 damage. And then it's my turn. I'm going to use my bat legs because I can only use it in combat to heal that 2. Is this on lava? Yes, it is. So it takes 1 damage from lava at least. I feel like this one needs to go because he keeps healing. This one keeps healing too. They both keep healing. Life is terrible. We are going to move 2 spaces and try to do as much to Rok as we can. I have 3 more dice to use. I'm just going to use those 3 attack dice and see what I can do here. I got 3 damage, which at least gets rid of all of his armor. And he's going to heal right up to full again. And this is going to be a very long battle from here, I'm afraid, for me. This does not have recover. It is going to move 2 spaces. It is going to roll 1 die to attack. It got a 2, so I lose 2 more health, and it loses 1 to lava. And because we're going into the next round, this final boss is going to appear on this melee spot. And I don't think I'm going to win at this point. Things were looking good at the start, but I've had a lot of bad luck. And this 1 attack could take me out from Rok if he rolls well enough. I forgot to roll this on his last turn. It would have been everything that was occupied by Rok or a Gearlock would have turned to lava, so this would have turned to lava. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's going to gain that 1 health back, and he's going to roll 2 attack and 2 defense dice. He gets 3 defense again and does 1 more damage to me. Very bad news. This guy's going to recover 1. And oh my God, this is terrible. This is absolutely horrible. And do 2 damage to me. And then I'm going to take what is obviously going to be my last turn of the game. I can't move diagonally yet, so I can't really roll Tornado Barrier because there's no place to put it. This self-coder thing probably isn't going to do a gosh darn thing. So I'm going to roll 1 defense dice and 4 attack dice. And I'm going to try, there's no point in hitting the boss because he's at such full health. So I'm going to try to kill this big troll on my way out. I got 3 attack, 2 defense, so that gets rid of his shield and 2 of his health. And I have 3 bones. So I'm going to use Cool Breeze to try to heal. And I do heal 1. Oops. Moving these over. The green guy is going to attack me with 1 attack and 1 attack. If this is a 2, I die. And, oh, no, it's a 2, but I had 2 defense, so I don't die. He was in lava, so he does die at the end of his turn. So that's getting somewhere. I'm just starting to throw things all over the board now. Starting to throw things all over the board because this is going to be the last battle. But unfortunately, that means that this... Oh, reach. At the start of this unit's turn, the closest opposing unit not adjacent to it is placed on an available position adjacent to this unit, a lava position if possible. So he just kind of sucks me over to him. And again, if this is a 2, that's it for me. It's a 1. I have 1 health left. It's also it for me, unfortunately, though, because he's going to lose 1 health from that lava. We're going to go to the chaos round. Everything loses 1 health, including poor Gale. Poor Gale. So, I mean, things were going... I definitely didn't understand that last fight. I think I needed to be playing... I don't think I should have used those 2 attacks when I did. I think I should have saved that. I think I should have been playing defensively, trying to protect Rol from those other monsters and allowing Rol to try to attack Rok. So I think it could have gone better. But all in all, I had a good time. I enjoy this character. I think she's one of the more simple characters that I enjoyed. I don't know why they give her 3 complexity. I think she was pretty straightforward. I like the whole lava mechanic. I do enjoy it. But, you know, we died. So next week on Tuesday, we'll be using Figment against whatever the next slowest, quickest boss. It doesn't really tell me how long the boss encounters are here. Maybe we'll use Domina because it says your second choice is a choice between Cinder and Gavincog. You will always face Nexus as your final. So we're going to do Domina next, and then we'll do Cinder, and then we'll do Gavincog, and then we'll do Nexus. But next time we're going to do Figment against Domina. Thank you for being here. My Agamonia game got canceled tomorrow night, so I'm going to do something. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'm going to do something. And then Thursday, I'm going to do some Cthulhu Death May Die Season 2. I'm going to do the 3rd scenario because I already did the 2nd one. Not on cams. Friday, depending on how the day goes, I might be able to get Final Girl down here and start doing some Final Girl for you. And then on Sunday, we are going to be... Saturday, I have currently no plans, so maybe I'll do something, maybe I won't. Sunday, Saturday, my friend... I might have a friend come over for Marvel Champions, which we will not be filming. And then on Sunday will be my normal weekly 6 p.m. live stream of me fighting Virgo from the Bad Karmas. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you enjoyed me watching me flip through a rule book. There'll be less of that as I keep doing this more consistently, hopefully. And thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to keep calm and get kinky. But most importantly, do not forget to keep those health bars full.